Welcome to Wild Card Week, everybody. All week, everybody's talking about the Bills, the Patriots. What areas are the Bills better? What areas are the Patriots better? Well, that's why we've got Murph and Joe here to figure it out. So, guys, what mismatches do you think the Bills have that ultimately benefit them in this matchup? Murph, we'll start with you.
Yeah, well, they don't go head-to-head, but I think the Bills have a much better situation at quarterback than New England. A rookie quarterback, Mac Jones, coming into Orchard Park, a sellout crowd will be ridiculously loud. I don't know if he can handle that. We'll find out. I think Josh Allen is playing an MVP-caliber football lately, including last week against the Jets. I thought he was sensational. I think that's matchup number one that goes the Bills' way. I think the Bills' receivers can take advantage, especially on the crossing routes and the short routes against kind of a maybe an older linebacking crew for New England. I don't know if they can keep up.
Joe, how about you? Any X factors in this game you think could play a big role?
Yeah, I've got a couple of them. One is in the receiving core as well. Gabriel Davis, if the Patriots are playing a bunch of man coverage, then I think his matchup against Jalen Mills, their number two corner, who's average to below average, I think that's something that they could exploit. And then along the defensive line, I think Ed Oliver working against the interior of that Patriots offensive line, where he had some success a few weeks ago, I think that could significantly help them in their efforts to try and stop the rushing attack with Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson.
So those are the potential mismatches that benefit the Bills. What about the Patriots? Is there anything the Patriots do really well that you think can pose a problem to the Bills, Murph?
Well, I mean, I'd love it if I could forget about what happened back on December 6th, but even in all that wind and with all that terrible weather, the Patriots ran all over the Buffalo Bills, and that was a beatdown by the New England offensive line. They're pretty good, and they have a good stable of those two young running backs. I think that's something to keep an eye on, and the Bills have not been the best rush defense all season long, but they've got to keep an eye on that. They can't let that get away from them as it has a couple of times this season.
Yeah, I feel like the run defense has been a big concern for a lot of people this year. Joe, is that also what you would say, or is there a different area?
Yeah, absolutely. Before the Jets game, the Bills, in their 4 games leading up to it, ranked dead last in the NFL in expected points added with their run defense. So this is an area for them that they have to be cognizant of. They have to get sideline to sideline. They have to play physical, because the one area that the Patriots really did have some success, even in the second go-around, was those wide rushes. And they did a better job of tackling and minimizing all of those long gains, but they were still getting 5, 6, 7 yards. And that's something that they just cannot do, because if the Patriots get downhill and they start to impose their will in that capacity, and then Mac Jones doesn't have to be as big of a part of the game, then that definitely favors the Patriots.
All right, who wants to be the good guy? Who wants to be the bad guy here?
I'm always the bad guy.
Okay, Murph, that makes you the good guy. Murph, if the Bills win this game, it is because, finish that sentence.
Because they're better, and they keep calm and compared to, keep calm against what Bill Belichick throws at them. I'm sure Belichick will have something up his sleeve. Maybe it comes on special teams, but I think the Bills have a better roster, and I think they have to just go out and play like they're the better team, because they think they are.
All right, bad boy Biscaglia. If the Bills lose this game, it is because, finish the sentence.
It is because they are unable to win at the point of attack with their run defense, and they struggle with the physicality, with their linebackers especially, Tremaine Edmonds, Matt Milano. It's going to be a big game for them, and I know that they're going to try to sub in A.J. Klein, everything like that, but if they cannot withstand that physicality and get through blocks and limit what the Patriots can do with their run offense, then this thing could get real tight and quite a game, quite an end to a game.
What a week it's been. For Murph, for Joe, you can find him on social media at Joe Biscaglia if you have anything to say. I'm Matt Bove. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.